What is your name?
My name is Marilyn Baltimore. Baltimore is the last name that I got when I married my husband. So originally, my maiden name is Marilyn Dapsil. My mother's maiden name is Cadawas, if you would like to know.
Why did you want to come to the United States?
I came to the United States. Basically, the reason is to join my husband. It is a good settlement for me, coming down here with a foreign country that I really have no idea, because this is the first country that I get out of where I came from. Even within the Philippines, I really don't have much of any places that I've been there.
What is Philippines like?
The Philippines is divided into three different continents within the Philippines. It is Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Luzon is the main part of the country that most of the people goes through. Manila is located in Luzon, which is the capital of the Philippines. And then we have so many other islands within those part of the Philippines. The Mindanao portion, which is like on the lower part of the continent of the Philippines, is where the most of the Muslims are located. Philippines is actually a lot of settlements in there from the beginning of time. Philippines was discovered by Magellan in 1521. Spain became the mother country of the Philippines because they are the country who discovered the Philippines. Well, knowing about Spain is more on Roman, we call it in religion the Roman Catholics. So Philippines is really a Catholic population. But then, as I mentioned, there's part of the Philippines that is non-Catholics. And there's other type of religion came out, after the Roman Catholic, but majority, probably 89-90% of Filipinos are Catholics.
What were you taught when you were younger?
In the Philippines, we were taught from the first grade. We were taught, actually, Tagalog is our main language, dialect, what you call it. We get so many dialect also in the Philippines. Not all Filipinos speak only Tagalog. I came from the town where I don't know anything but Tagalog, but there are maybe 700, 800 dialects in the Philippines. From one region, people speak different languages. But I came from the town where the major language is being used and nothing else. Some of the other places, they have their own language and dialects, and they speak that language, and Tagalog is their second language. I would like to have that opportunity, but I came from a place where we don't speak any other but Tagalog. But then in our school, we were taught Tagalog is our first language. Then actually English is the second language, national. But then we are also taught Spanish, which, who's gonna care, to learn about those. When we were in high school, we were more being, forced to learn English. And we have like this, in order for us to really speak English, we have like anyone who caught someone speaking Tagalog, You have to write it down. You have to write down what was said, and then you have to pay a fine for speaking Tagalog. That was when we were in high school. That's just one of the trick, so that we were forced to speak English. But when you were in your own country, it feels embarrassing